Hello, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I have this big container here. This is where I keep all of my pretty paper, I should say, my scrapbooking paper. So I got a question from one of you. I'm just going to go ahead and open this and pull, I'm just going to pull this one out because it's right on here on top and like two of those. So I had got a question from one of you guys about how I make my what are these things called again? Cash envelopes. So when I first tried cash envelopes, I just, made a little square, folded it in half, and, hoped my cash would fit, right? Then I would stick this in the laminator and then cut this part really close when I was cutting off the excess laminating sheets. And then I realized that you're a little too small unless I folded you. So I actually did not use these. But that's one way you can do that. So I'm actually not going to go through the whole process because I really don't need any more cash envelopes right now. But I am going to show you how I made this one. So you're gonna need some scrapbooking paper of your choice. I happen to have this one. This is the Peachy Evergreen Pretty Paper Pad or Paper Pad, and I picked this up when I was at Michael's and it was like half off. So I think, don't quote me on it, but I think I only spent like $5 on it. Yeah, I think it was only $5. So I'm just gonna go in here and choose out a sheet of paper here. Now, if you guys don't want to get a paper pad, you can always go and buy single sheets of pretty paper at Joann's, Hobby Lobby, and Michael's. I'm not sure where else you can pick it up at. That's just the stores I have out here in California. So if you happen to hear anything besides me, it is currently raining outside. Just to let you know. Alright, so I didn't really measure, as you can see. Here, I have another one here. Another cash envelope here. As you can see, I have two different size cash envelopes here. I have a skinnier one and a fatter one. This one here happens to be my wedding anniversary one, and it's a little thicker so I can put more cash in here. And this one here is just one for everyday use. So the size is totally up to you on what size you want to do. I just happen to have a fatter one and one of these. So all I did was take this whole sheet, because you can make a few of these babies out of it. You just want to take your sheet and figure out where you want to fold it at. So I'm like folding it like just under, I guess, the third of the way of the paper. And I'm just folding it like right here. Just like that. Just like that. Come on, I need you to be even. And then I just bring it all the way, excuse me, all the way across just like this. Just like that. And then you figure out how wide that you want it. Now, if you're curious on my dimensions, I will go ahead and figure that out for you. So my envelope itself is just under 6.5 inches long. So it's just under 6.5 inches long. Yeah, because right here it says 6 inches, so it's just under 6.5 inches. And I'm just measuring the paper itself. And the width of it is about 3 inches by, what, 3.75 inches wide? So just under 4 inches wide is how wide I made these. Now, I'm not going to do all that measuring. I'm just going to put it on here, on this paper. I'm going to grab me a pencil. And I'm just going to mark it about right there. So the next part that I do, which is super easy, is you're going to grab you some scissors. So you can either grab you some scissors like this and just cut it. Or if you happen to have, as I'm reaching for all this stuff, a paper cutter, you can just stick it right here in a paper cutter, line it up. Where'd my line go? Girl, I done lost my line. Oh, there it is. Alright, don't lose your line. So you're just going to stick it in your paper cutter, line it up. If you have one of these, if not, you can still use a pair of scissors. It'll work just fine if you use scissors. And then I'm just going to cut it just like that. Don't worry, I won't be wasting the paper because I can always use the paper for something else. Thank you cards or, you know, something. Some pretty good sturdy paper here. And then I determine how high I want this. You don't have to have it too high. If you are curious, mine is just under 2 inches high. So I would say about 1.5 inches. So if you want to measure it to 1.5 inches, you know, I'll go ahead and measure it with you. Got my pencil here. And you're just going to cut this to 1.5 inches. Ooh, lordy. Alright, you guys, so as you can see, I have my laminator here. I went ahead and pulled it out. I also got me a half laminating sheet. If you're curious about the brand I have, this is the brand of my laminator here. I picked it up from Aldi's. I think it was in 2018 or 2017, something like that, and I still using it. It works just fine, but you can always find you a laminator anywhere. So I still have my cutout right here that I did, and I'm going to go ahead and I pull this sticker book right here. This is the budget sticker book, and I'm going to go ahead and add some stickers to the front of here and figure out what am I going to use this one for. This is kind of like the little jar method where you add money into your little jar and you figure how much you're going to put in there. But instead, I've added this, doing this instead. I just realized I'm going to have holes along the side here. Oh well, it's too late. Girl, it's too late now. Okay, so you don't want to do what I did. I just realized I'm going to have holes over here by my piggies. Let's see if I can move some of these piggies. I'm going to redo this really fast. Alright, so I went ahead and I moved all my stickers over because I put my holes on this side of the page. But you can totally add like an account balance or savings goal tracker thing up here and just put how much you have in there. If you want to do that. You can add some money stickers. You can add anything you want. You can even add pay bill stickers up here. Little savings sheets. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add no spend. So now that I'm finished done adding all my stickers on here, I'm going to go ahead and get my laminating sheet here. I'm going to open it up. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this end, the closed end up, and I'm just going to shove it right inside of that end. Just shove it in there. And I'm actually putting the laminating, I forgot to mention that right before you put it in here, you want to punch it. You want to put holes in it. So I do have the Happy Planner punch. I even have a regular Plano hole puncher. As you can see here, this one here is just regular hole punched. If you don't want to buy a Happy Planner punch and use it for that. And then this one here has the Happy Planner or the arc bound or the arc punches. So you can use a regular hole puncher or a different one. I do not feel like reaching in the drawer for my regular hole puncher, which you can pick up at Dollar Tree for like $1. So I'm just going to use this one because it's right here. Now I'm just going to stick it right in here and make me some holes, because this will be, I usually keep them in my little mini happy planner. So I'm just going to punch that baby. As you can see, I have my holes. Then I'm going to put it in here. See, any other time I usually just do this, don't have any issues. Alright, I'm going to stick that right in there. Right in there. Just like that. And then I'm going to stick it right into, you guys can see this, I'm sticking it right inside of my machine, and then I'm gonna let it go. So how's y'all day been going? My day's been going just fine. Have no complaints. Doing pretty good. Now I'm noticing that I'm getting some bubbling on the side, so I'm going to run it through here once again right before I cut it. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut the edges off. You can let this cool completely if you want to, but for video purposes I'm just going to go ahead and cut it right now. Now I'm just going to use some scissors. And you want to get as close to the edges as possible without breaking the seal. You'll know what the seal is. It's like a little puff or bubble of air just around the cardstock or your card paper. By the way, I am using that pretty paper. You can actually do this with regular printer paper too if you wanted to. Even line paper, that's a good idea because you can actually write on the lines. So that's not bad either if you wanted to do that. Now I'm just going to stick this right back into, no, I'm not going to stick it back in there. Where's my hole puncher? Alright, so next I'm just going to use a regular handheld hole puncher. And I'm just going to punch out these little holes right here. I know it's going to be bigger than this, but I'm just going to punch them out like that. You can totally use your Happy Planner punch if you want to, but I don't want to. So I'm just showing you both ways just to put the holes in here. Like, I could have left it look all pretty like this and just use my little punch right here, but I decided to show you this part just like this. So no, I'm not really sure where this hole puncher came from. I've had this one for over 5 years, so I really do not remember where I got this one from. Then I'm going to take my scissors and I'm just going to cut the slits that are are in here, so that way they'll be able to slide into my Happy Planner. The reason why I cut the paper before I laminate it and then I cut the laminating paper or plastic afterwards is because it's a little tough when you laminate everything and then put the holes in. It's a little harder to punch and cut them. Now I'm just going to run it right through here again. So I put some of this stuff away. Then I'm going to put it in again. I'm just trying to make sure everything is sealed. Alright, so at this point you can definitely let it cool off. But I'm going to jump right into, well, I'm going to turn this off. I do not. Now, at this point you will let it completely cool off and you will check to see if you have any openings on the sides or the edges, because if so, you want to run it back in your machine. So as I am looking, I do not have anything open, but over here is kind of thick, so I want to cut that down just a little bit. Just a little bit there. So as you can see, I have made my envelope. It is done. It is sealed. It is everything. But as you can currently see, how am I supposed to put money in there? I laminate the whole thing, right? That's what you needed an X-Acto knife for. So I just have a plain old X-Acto knife. I picked mine up like a year or so ago from Walmart. And I'm using a ruler, but you don't have to. You're just gonna cut along the line between this top part and where the pretty paper is. Right in there, because you're gonna cut a slit in there. That's how you're gonna get your money in there. I just used the ruler to help me, to help guide me. Now the other thing is, I'm not cutting all the way to the edge where the laminating sheet is sealed at, or a little bit of air pocket. I'm not cutting all the way there. I'm probably going to stop about right here. Let me turn the knife sideways. So about right here where the tip of my knife is, which is right above this circle. That's probably where I'm going to stop at. And I'm going to do the same, about the same amount of space on this side. And you want to lightly push pressure, otherwise you're going to put slice right through the whole thing. So you might have to go over your slice like twice and then see if it opens up. Mine's opened up just fine, just like that. As you can see, it is open. I can stick money in there. Let me see if I got some bills on me so I can show you. Alright y'all, I found some bills here. I don't really keep a lot of cash on me, so very surprising to find some cash. So you're just going to take your money and you're going to slide it right into your little envelope here. Now mine sticks out a little bit at the top, so you might want to make this about 2 inches if you don't want to see it pop out at the top or in the back like that. To me, it doesn't bother me at all. It's what it is. And I actually like this. So I'm just going to take my mini happy planner here. Looks just like this. And if you haven't seen the video where I have made this into a wallet, I will make sure I link that video right up above. And I'm just going to move some of this over. So you can just take your little cash envelope and pop it right into your mini happy planner. Ooh, dang, I missed that one. I didn't cut that one. Ooh, y'all. Let me go ahead and cut that one. There we go. It's cut. Alright. So now we can just pop that in there. And that's how I usually keep, like, here I grab me and the boys'. So I usually keep mine in the boys' and my grocery one. Where's that one at? So let's move this one over. So I usually keep these in here like this. So I got mine, so that's my personal, my gas. Then I got the one I have for the boys. That's in there. Then I have one in here for the groceries. Y'all don't say nothing about this, okay? Because I ran out of some letters, so that's how it came out. Okay, so I usually just keep all my envelopes right here and my little mini happy planner, which is my wallet, and I put it all up in here, close it up, and there we go. So I forgot who it was that asked me how to show them how to make these envelopes, but yeah, that is how I make them. They're super simple, super easy. As you can see, these are just made with a regular hole punch, and this one here is the arc bound hole punch here. I really do like these envelopes that I made. They are very sturdy, and I do take them in and out of my wallet all the time. So yeah, let's go ahead and move these right now because I'm not actually don't need those in here right now. So that is how I make my cash envelopes. I hope you guys really enjoy this little DIY tutorial. I really do hope you enjoyed it because wasn't really planning on showing anybody how I made them, but because I asked, I was like, okay, I'll go ahead and show you guys how I do them. They're very, very simple, not complicated at all. Let me know if you try these out. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you again later. Wait, but if you're not subscribed to this channel, hit the subscribe button down below, and I'll talk to you again later. Bye!